Imagine letting the game take you by the hand and pull you deep into its epic world. You have escaped the prison, again, and washed up on shore like a shipwrecked nobody. This is where your journey begins. Exploring the nearby area, you quickly see the real horror that has taken over this land. You find some gear here and there, mostly in the spots you would expect, and decide to follow the main quest. You are on your way, then suddenly, boom, a huge dragon bird-like creature flies right above you. Panic hits. But that's not all. Zombies are closing in from the other side. You fight, you run, you head for a nearby lake, hoping to find some kind of safety. You try to make sense of what's happening, but it's too late. Just as you dive into the water, you realize this lake is filled with blood. And with your weak body weighed down by full armor, you sink straight to the bottom. But then something strange. You see weird doors. A tunnel. You swim, or more like crawl, through the mud and blood, barely making it. Just when you are about to pass out, you reach the surface inside a dark cave and take a breath of thick, cold air. You light your torch to see more. But the horror doesn't end here. The cave is full of bodies, all covered in dried blood and old mud. It looks like a place for dark rituals. You gather what little strength you have got left and push deeper into the unknown. That's when you see a massive door, and in front of it, a terrifying figure. At first it looks like just another dead body, until it moves. Then it speaks.
I think my name was Malory.
Now he's focused on you. His voice is cold, strange and powerful. At first his words didn't reveal much, but after a short moment you begin to understand everything. His slumber, his madness, his curse. With each second you feel uneasy, more uncomfortable, and then he says,
Wait for our next move. Soon it will all be decided. When we finish our little conversation, all will be set in motion.
The fight begins shortly after. Will you survive and discover the hidden truth behind the huge iron doors, or let the red madness consume you? With all that said, I just want to remind you, this is only the beginning of Act 1. It's actually just a random cave you can find while exploring. I wanted to share it as a short story from the game world for two reasons. First, to see how this style works for you, second, because it genuinely impressed me. The way this encounter was designed, the atmosphere, the pacing, it hit me hard and I could feel real immersion. I like this level in the Blood Cave location a lot. And after going through all of that, I can honestly say I don't want to rush this game. It's absolutely worth taking your time. Exploration feels rewarding. It's fun, it's challenging and it's super satisfying. Of course, it's not perfect for a few reasons I will share later, but for me, good enough to truly enjoy it. That's one of my first and many impressions after playing the version 1.0 patch. So let me briefly explain why I think you should give Tainted Grail Fall of Avalon a chance, because I'm genuinely fascinated about how much this game resonates with me and how much it has improved leading up to version 1.0, which is officially dropping tomorrow. Maybe not all of you know, but the devs really nailed it when it comes to builds. You can play however you want: healer, fighter, summoner, battle mage, archer, assassin, barehanded, fighter, or maybe a hybrid mix of any of these. It's all viable, fun and immersive. Sure, there are a few small issues with some aspects like summoning skills, but I will mention that in the bugs and potential improvements section of this video, which I'm directing toward the devs. Builds are a huge advantage in this game. They are done with passion and great detail, all centered around attributes, skill trees, special items and effects that can be unlocked by meeting certain criteria. Another huge plus is definitely the story. This project really caught my attention thanks to the Arthurian legends and the horror vibe they created through intriguing quests and mysteries hidden across the land. Blood Cave, which I mentioned at the start of the video, is a great example of how immersed and hooked I was by the storytelling. With a great story comes great immersion. They have given us so much more to do on our journey. We will be able to hunt wildlife, mine minerals and ores, fish, dig up hidden treasures and more. I really like how alchemy and cooking work in this game, because it makes looting feel worthwhile, at least on the higher difficulty levels. The world of Avalon is full of secrets. I'm super excited to slowly explore it all without rushing. Once I'm done with my business trips this week, man, I wish I had more time to play already. Dark Souls and Elder Scrolls showed me long ago how much I admire the green beauty of digital worlds, and the art designers here really nailed that. The views are remarkable. Combat has also been seriously improved in this version. I love how dashing works now and how powerful charge attacks feel, especially the finisher moves. They are something else. Magic, which was just starting to take shape in earlier builds, now feels truly satisfying. Weirdness at night and the other challenges tied to that mechanic are also way better and more intense. I love how the world shifts. It actually reminds me a bit of Lords of the Fallen, where you could use a lamp to change the environment. All that said, I truly believe this game is great and it will only get better over time. Version 1.0 already shows how much this project can evolve when the devs are given enough time. Additionally, I would like to share a few quick and extra facts. Last time I saw a lot of people asking similar questions, so this time I'm including this here. You have encountered a bug. What to do? The game is big and the devs gives us a lot of freedom. Non-game breaking bugs are expected, some might even be funny. You can report them via email or from the in-game menu. Version 1.0 will be released tomorrow to the public, so on May 23 of the year 2025 at 5 PM of the local time. The game will be available on PC, we talk about Steam and GOG, also Xbox Series S and X, and PlayStation 5. Third-person view is still not perfect. The game was meant to be played in first person, but the devs listened to the demand and added it, to my nice surprise. Good, now I can admire these beautiful armors much more. Developers plan to support modifications. The game's architecture was built with this in mind, according to them. The game has full English voiceover, text is localized for English, Czech, Italian, Japanese, Polish, Brazilian, Portuguese, Russian, Spanish, simplified Chinese, traditional Chinese, French and German. Game content is expected to last from 50 to 70 hours, depending on your playstyle. There won't be cooperation or any multiplayer features, according to developers. Regarding the Tainted Grail board game, Fall of Avalon follows the general themes. Some characters are still where they were in the board game, but beyond that expect lots of changes and a new storyline. This is the end of the frequently asked question list on my side. Regarding bugs and potential improvements in version 1.0, during the game I ran into a few issues and had some ideas. I think it's only fair to mention them here. For some reasons the sound sync between first-person view and third-person view doesn't always match. That's totally understandable, since the game was originally meant to be played in the first person, but still this could be improved over the time. Not really a bug this time, more of a suggestion. It would be great to improve the third-person camera. It would feel more responsive and dynamic if the player animation moves more freely, rather than the camera being statically attached with every turn. Again, just my personal take. I already reported this, but after the latest patch my Radeon card had issues running the game in borderless mode. Not sure why, but switching to full screen instantly gave me a stable 120 frames per second. Another thing I noticed after some of the patches, the game became noticeably darker. If that was intentional, that's fine, but earlier it was brighter and now I find myself using the torch much more often. A big improvement suggestion: the first time we met the king, what an epic moment. The way he materializes and delivers his lines is heavy and cool, but I think the moment could hit even harder. I would love to see the area around him shake with power. The sound effect should be louder, more like an explosion than a teleport. You know what I mean. It's a critical moment, so let it feel like one. I also ran into a weird bug with swimming. Sometimes the animation got stuck and I couldn't dive properly. Occasionally the waves bugged the camera view, so I couldn't clearly see the bottom of the sea, and sometimes the water was crystal clear, while moments later it looked much darker. Not sure if this is something that was intentional or not, but yeah, just letting you know. And lastly, probably the most important one, I would count this as both a bug and a major area for improvement: summons and the summoning system. The idea is great and I love the direction, but it still feels unpolished. Summons sometimes get stuck, lose targets, miss damage completely, or back out and attack at random. I would also suggest changing the way they appear in the world. Instead of teleporting around or awkwardly shifting position, especially during dialogue when you have more than 2 summons, maybe they could appear as wisps or soul orbs that follows the player. Then when combat begins, they could materialize and engage in the enemy that's targeting the player. That would make a huge difference. I love summoning and your concept is fantastic, devs, but at least consider pushing it further. I want to love it even more. That's all for now from my end. Probably while you are watching this I'm working somewhere else alone and sad that I can't play Fall of Avalon more. Hopefully when I'm back I will find some cozy time to enjoy this truly nice piece of art. Also, please don't forget that I want some of you to win free keys with Fall of Avalon, but before I share more of them, you need to finish the hidden hints I placed in one of my other long videos on this channel. Find the older and right video about Fall of Avalon, find all the hints in the video, follow the steps I mentioned in that video, and I will send a key to the first person who finds them all. There are a total of 7 hints to follow in the video I talk about. Thank you for watching and happy leveling, adventurers!